Okay, so Paul, tell us what you were doing here today and why.
Well, you know, everybody needs to be held accountable to the law. I spent over 30 years of my life enforcing the law in this state, the state of New Mexico, as a police officer. You know, we arrest the people that break into houses as we should. We arrest DWIs as we should. We arrest domestic violence offenders as we should. We arrest shoplifters as we should. And if you're accused of something, investigations need to be done. And that's for everybody. But it just seems to me that, you know, the higher you up politically or the more pull you have, everybody just kind of looks the other way. In this case here, our ex-chief of police, Ray Schultz, gave Taser Company, was involved in giving Taser Company a $1.9 million contract. Then and that was in the fall of last year. Then he admits on TV that he started working for them in the fall of last year, after he said he retired, but he didn't really retire until December of last year. So he was getting a paycheck from the city of Albuquerque every 2 weeks, and he was working for this other company at the same time he was getting a paycheck from the city of Albuquerque. I just think this really is a betrayal of public trust, and it needs to be investigated. If it's investigated and there's nothing there, that's fine. As a police officer, I made a lot of investigations that I found out, hey, there's nothing there. Nothing there, there's nothing there. But if there is something there, we need to start holding the higher-ups and the politicians accountable for their actions. And I haven't seen that in this state, and we need to start doing that in this state.
Do you think that there's a possibility that he got the job with them because of this big contract, or that's what you're interested in checking into?
In my opinion, I think that's a very big possibility, yes, absolutely. And as I say, it needs to be investigated and found out.
Okay. And what did you do here today?
Well, today I had a letter for the Attorney General outlining my concerns, and I tried to submit it, and of course they have their procedures, and they gave me a form to fill out and before I can submit that letter, and which I will do. And then they gave me several options. The agent said he was nice enough to say he'd come and pick it up from me, or I could drop it off here, or I could mail it, which I will follow up, and I'll do that. You know, I'll be back probably tomorrow and probably drop it off personally. I can't see making the agent go out his way to come to me. I mean, I am retired, so.
And who else are you giving these letters to or trying to?
The Attorney General, of course, to the District Attorney's Office, to the U.S. Attorney, and to the State Auditor, Hector Balderas.
Can you do that once more so
Yeah.
all is one?
To the Attorney General's Office, State Attorney General, of course, to the State Auditor, Mr. Hector Balderas, Ms. Brandenburg, the District Attorney, Bernalillo County District Attorney, and to the U.S. Attorney's Office.
Why to so many people?
Well, there's all kinds of crimes that could be committed. Some of them could be federal crimes. I don't know that. I'm not involved. You know, I can't investigate it. I'm not a police officer anymore, but it needs to be investigated. We, the public, have got to start holding the politicians and the higher-ups accountable. And, you know, I'm that scab that's never going to heal, because I'm going to keep picking at it, and I'm going to keep picking at it, and I'm going to keep picking at it until there's actual something done. And I will not tolerate spin. If come back to me with a logical explanation, there's nothing here, and this is why. In my police officer's mind, and in my training, and in my experience, I go, well, yeah, that makes sense, okay. But don't try to spin it and tell me that there's nothing there, because I will know. And I'll keep picking, and I'll keep picking, and I'll keep picking. I will not go away. And by the way, if I wind up dead, it's not suicide.
Okay, anything else?
That's it.
Thanks a lot, Paul.
Thank you.